Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be showing you how to use Optiscaler mod XeSS Upscaler and XeSS frame generation in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth running on Rog Ally that comes with Windows 11 and Steam Deck that comes with Linux based SteamOS. This game supports TAU upscaling, which makes the image quality look a bit blurry. So using XeSS will help in increasing the image sharpness, improve the image quality. XeSS frame generation works very nicely, the smoothing effect, but hotfix does not work properly. Some UI elements do flicker, but the flickering intensity is not as aggressive as what we have seen in the case of FSR frame generation injected into the game via Optiscaler mod. In the end, it's up to you if you want to use the mod or not. The latest test build of Optiscaler mod supports XeSS frame generation version 0.9.0 preview 1 available on their Discord page. Just click on this .7z link. I'll give the link to their Discord in the description of the video. A specific build of Optiscaler is required for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is the build. I'll give its Google Drive link in the description of the video. I'll kick things off with Rog Ally, show you Optiscaler mod setup process. First I'll install the preview test build. Open its archive file. Now just copy the highlighted files. Optiscaler.ini. Do not copy Optiscaler.dll file from here. XeSS files, frame generation, Upscaler, low latency mode, fake NV API files, AMD Fidelity FX DX12. Copy. Just need to paste these files in the game's installed directory. Select the game in your Steam library, right click, manage, click on browse local files, open end folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder, paste everything here. Done. Now we need to install the specific build of Optiscaler mod that includes fix for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Open its archive file, copy this DLL file, paste it in the same directory where you install Optiscaler mod, and binaries Win64 right here. Change the name of Optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll. DXGI, that's it. Adrenaline settings, FreeSync and VSync enable. For this game I've set the UMA buffer size to auto. My Ally is running on BIOS version 3.4.2. I have installed Ally's latest official GPU driver that I had support for Battlefield 6. 720p resolution using a 27 watts manual profile, all three power values set at 27 watts. CPU boost disabled. Connected my FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode. X input controller. We'll be using Adrenaline's performance overlay to show you the performance metrics. Won't be using Afterburner or RTSS. These softwares can affect Optiscaler's functioning. Optiscaler mod comes with its own performance overlay. I'll use that as well. In-game settings, display mode borderless full screen required for using XeSS frame generation. This is 720p resolution, frame rate 120 fps, max limit. Display sync technology, it's PRR for Rog Ally. Dynamic resolution scaling, minimum and maximum values set to 66%, basically the quality preset of DLSS upscaler. Everything set to low. Anti-aliasing method DLSS mod is working. Here we are in. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key, increase its size, click on the drop down bar next to menu UI scale, value set to 1.1. Much better now. Just make sure XeSS upscaler is selected from this drop down bar. Version 2.0.2, input DLSS. DXGI spoofing is on, auto explore setting is on. First I'll play the game without frame generation. Enable Optiscaler's performance overlay, expand FPS overlay section. Check the setting, FPS overlay enabled. Overlay type full plus graph. And there's a character. Beach. 45 to 50 fps. This game still suffers from traversal stutters, but the performance is much better now compared to the launch version. Here 40 to 45 fps hitting the GPU bottleneck. Okay, now I'll enable XeSS frame generation. Open Optiscaler mod menu, Click on the drop down bar next to FG source. Select OptiFG Upscaler as the option. Click on the drop down bar next to FG output and select XeFG as the option. Now just click on Save INI, close, restart the game. Play. Here we are in Open Optiscaler mod menu. Now just check active setting under frame generation XeFG. Frame time graph became thick. Debug view. These purple sidebars will be present. I'll use Intel Inspector app to verify the status of XeSS features. Run Inspector app. Click on Show All Processes. Look for Final Fantasy VII, the game running in the background. There it is, double click. XeSS frame generation, it's running. Low latency mode. Okay, here it's shown that it's on, but I'm not seeing any valid frames. It may not be working because this game does not support reflex. Disable debug view. I'll enable hotfix, limit value set to 1. This will help in reducing the flickering intensity of the minimap, but game's UI elements will still flicker. Here I can observe the add amount of smoothness, FPS 70 to 80, see. Latency, nothing extreme, definitely manageable. Command menu text flickers occasionally. Pause the game. Yeah, check out the text here for the settings. When I move the camera, the text flickers. Okay, now I'll show you some combat. Optiscaler FSR frame generation exhibits more aggressive flickering in this game. Cutscene.
What the hell are you playing?
Yeah, subtitles were flickering there. See?
Me to know, and for you to find
You
out.
jump into combat. Check out the text here in the bottom right corner. Moving the camera, some flickering is going on. Nothing extreme. It's up to you if you want to use the mod or not. But XeSS frame generation in this game is way better than FSR frame generation in terms of graphical artifacts. Latency is manageable. Now I'll test the game on Steam Deck. FPS state within a range of 70 to 80. I've downloaded Optiscaler builds from Optiscaler's Discord server. First, just install Optiscaler test build version 0.9.0. Open its archive file. Click on extract. Click on extract. Wait for the extraction process to complete. Extracted folder, open it. Just copy the highlighted files. Don't copy optiscaler.tll file from here. Need to paste these files in the game's installed directory. Right click, copy. Select the game in your Steam library. Right click, manage, click on browse local files. Open end folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder. Paste the files here. Now we need to install the specific build of Optiscaler which fixes Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Open its archive file. Click on extract. Extract again. In this optiscaler.tll file, select it, right click, copy, paste it in the same game directory where you install Optiscaler mod and binaries Win64 right here. Change the name from optiscaler.tll to txti.tll. That's it, we are done. Don't need to add any launch argument to the game. Using G Proton version 10-12 as the compatibility layer, switch to SteamOS gaming mode. Launch the game. I have the LCD variant of Steam Deck. Display supports up to 60Hz refresh rate. Display mode borderless required for using XeSS frame generation. Frame rate 120 fps, display sync technology VSync. Steam Deck does not support VRR. Maximum and minimum dynamic resolution scaling set to 66%. It's the quality preset of DLSS. Everything set to low. Upscaler, beg your pardon, anti-aliasing method set to DLSS. And that's it. Performance key and settings. I have disabled SteamOS VSync by enabling. Disable frame limit and allow tearing settings. Manual GPU clock speed setting disabled for the time being. overlay level set to 3. Jump into the game. Here we are in. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. Increase the menu size by clicking on the drop down bar next to menu UI scale. Value set to 1.1. Upscaler, make sure it's set to XeSS. Input DLSS. THTI spoofing on. Auto exposure setting is on. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Save and close. Show the base game performance first. There's a character. Okay, here FPS is within a range of 32 to 37. I'm just running around, hitting the GPU bottleneck. Okay, now I'll enable Optiscaler XeSS frame generation. Few hitches, traversal stutters, animation quality, it's looking so choppy as expected. Open Optiscaler mod menu, click on the drop down bar next to FG source and select OptiFG as the option. OptiFG, Upscaler. Click on the drop down bar next to FG output and select XeFG as the option. Now just click on save and here. Close the menu and restart the game. Play. We are in. Open Optiscaler menu, check the setting, active under frame generation XeFG. This should enable XeSS frame generation. Check debug view, you will see these purple sidebars. If these sidebars are not present, this means XeSS frame generation is not working. Hotfix won't work on steamdeck. SteamOS, for example, if I enable it, sidebars will disappear. This means XeSS frame generation is not working. So just uncheck hotfix setting, disable debug view, save and close. I'll also enable manual GPU clock speed setting, speed set to 1400 MHz. Here FPS increased to around 50. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Animation quality was looking so choppy before enabling XeSS frame generation. But I'm also observing some latency. See. It's not a very aim intensive game, so some latency should not be a problem. Text here is flickering, flickers occasionally, sometimes even the subtitles flicker.
So you heeded the call too, did you?
See,
What are you talking about?
check out the text here in the bottom right corner. Moving the camera, text flickers occasionally. XeSS frame generation in this game produces less graphical artifacts than Optiscaler FSR frame generation. Highly recommended to use XeSS frame gen.
Stop him here.
40 to 50 FPS during combat. Few hiccups here as I have installed the game just a few hours ago. Shaders are not fully compiled yet. That's it for the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.